Hello once again, and welcome to yet another episode of the Euroman Movie Report. This week, The Purge. The Purge is this near-future sci-fi film starring, among others, Ethan Hawke, you know, the guy who played Officer Hoyt in Training Day in 2001, 12 years ago. And in this near future, America has been taken over by this group known as the New Founding Fathers, which I guess is supposed to be the Tea Party, and this movie as a whole is supposed to be a critique of the Tea Party movement, but I guess that's another discussion. But anyway, in this near future, this group has allowed a yearly event known as the Purge, where people are allowed to commit crime for 12 hours without the interference of the authorities. And here we meet our main players of this film, the Sandons. Ethan Hawke, he's a wealthy man because he is a salesman at this company selling these security systems for rich people, and he himself lives in a gated community with his family in this huge house. And we meet the family a couple of hours before the beginning of the yearly purge, and how they interact with each other. And then after Mr. Sandon, Ethan Hawke, he activates the security system shortly after this guy appears on the road outside the house shouting help, 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 and then the son of the family, he lets this guy in, and shortly after these rich psychos appear demanding to have the guy which the Sandons let into their house handed over to them so they can basically kill him. And that's the main question about the film. Do the Sandons hand over this guy, or do they give him sanctuary and expect to suffer the consequences of going against the rules of society by giving this guy, which they let into the house, sanctuary and going against the norms and the rules, etc. And it's an interesting premise, this film, that we have a society where murder, possibly rape, theft, arson, and all of the other nasty things which plagues modern society have been made legal for 12 hours. But it all falls to the ground because the movie itself is poorly executed. The story is weak, and the acting is somewhat weak as well. The guy playing the mullet psycho leader of that vigilante purge group, he's great at playing a psycho, and the actress who plays the Sandon daughter, she's what can I say about that? She's nothing more to say about that. But anyway, it's a interesting idea, as I said, but it's poorly executed. And in general, this movie, I was personally expecting more of this film. For instance, one could easily have argued what happens after the events of this night, and what was the point of having, and here's a spoiler for you guys, what was the point of having this guy, the Sandons, let into their house, having military dog tags, and they could have shown that even in this modern society, veterans, they are left to rot outside and stuff like that, but they chose to ignore that as well. So a poorly executed film, but an interesting premise, and if I'm gonna rate it, I would say 1 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles. That's it. Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report signing off, and I'll see you next week with a review of Wolverine.